hali yote. Kwa mfano kama wewe naona umejaribu vitu vingi, umejaribu meditation, umejaribu taekwondo, umejaribu yani sio kama unaanza kutoka kwenda kuona marafiki. Unadhani kuna vitu vipi ambavyo unaona kwamba hivi basically vinaweza vikamsaidia mtu kulingana na experience yako?
One thing nime-understand kwamba mtu mwingine hawezi kukusaidia wewe except yourself. Watu wanaweza give you ideas, advices, but huwezi kuchange situation until wewe mwenyewe upo ready kuchange. Wewe mwenyewe unajiamua kwamba now this is enough. Now I want to do something about it. Inaweza kuwa every day you don't think the same way. Every day you don't feel the same way. You don't feel motivated, you don't feel the change, but that little bit of yourself has to come from inside that no, I need to change somewhere. Your best friend is yourself. So many times people who are healing, people who are going through things and are able to come out and speak to people also need a lot of time to themselves. Ni important sana kwa sababu self reflection ndo inatusaidia kwamba sisi tuweze kugrow na improve. Kama hupo comfortable kukaa na mind yako mwenyewe, huwezi kugrow. So when people go through this, it's I don't think that like it's the extreme kwamba mtu ataenda kufanya suicide. It's the extreme. Lakini it's very I don't know how to say it, normal, no, maybe not. But a person who's going through a mental health situation, there are times that they will not want to speak to anybody at all. And pushing themselves will make it worse. Like a friend pushing a friend, this thing, it's very important kwamba space pia iwe. Yeah. So when as a if you're helping somebody else, you need to understand wapi anataka space yake na wapi anataka mtu aongee naye. Maybe you just go and give them something to eat. Maybe you just go and leave them, I don't know, like a small maybe a juice from outside, and you go and tell them I brought this for you. And that's it, like I'm going. I hope you're fine. Take care of yourself. You don't have to impose yourself kwamba because you're suffering, so I'm going to be here for you. No, I'm not going to leave you alone. It shouldn't be like that. Inabidi to understand hiyo pia ni stigma kwamba mtu anayo go through mental health nini inatakiwa awe na watu all the time na nini. No, it's very important kwamba sisi tuwe comfortable na mind yetu pia. So inatakiwa space pia is very important.
Okay. Kama unamuelewa ni kwamba tusije tukachukulia mara nyingi kwamba tunapofikiria wanaumwa wala mtu ana tatizo hili, sisi kama marafiki au jamii watu tunapenda sana kuwa karibu nao tukifikiri kwamba hawa ni wagonjwa ambao wanahitaji attention ya kila muda. So yeye anachoshauri ni kwamba wakati mwingine kutokana na experience yake anahisi ni sahihi sana kama unapokuwa na rafiki yako anapitia matatizo ya afya ya akili, basi ukajifunza kuwapa nafasi. You can buy them a gift or whatever, lakini unapowafikia usilazimishe kuwa closer nao. They need more time for themselves. I see kwamba kuna wakati uliniambia before kwamba kuna wakati ulifika mahali ukawa unaamua sana kusafiri na ukapaki kila kitu chako kaamua yani kuanza from scratch. How that was, hiyo ilitokeaje and ni point gani ilifika mpaka ukaona that was the best solution for your program?
Interesting phase of my life. Somebody introduced me to meditation. Now ameniambia kwamba there is a really nice meditation center in India nini, so you should go. So one holiday when I had some money nini, I said let's go and see. So I went on a small tour. I went for the meditation. It was a 4-day meditation nini nimerudi tena, and I loved it. So for the next 6 months or the next 5 months, I did meditation every day. And I felt so good and I felt so comfortable with myself. I said that I'm going to pack up, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to go to the meditation center and, I don't know, live there for a while. So with no plans in hand, I thought, maybe I will go to the meditation place, maybe I will meditate, maybe I'll find whatever, I'll volunteer for a while, and then I will go travel around. When I get tired, when I run out of money, I will come back. So it's very interesting, because when I gave my resignation, and the next day I had to pay something, so I went to the bank and I went to check my account, and I had only $400 in my account. Not even enough to buy me a ticket to get to where I want. Lakini nilikuwa shaamua, so there was no way of changing my mind back. Also, I have a very big ego, you know. I feel like I've said this, I have. So I remember that my boss rejected my my resignation, and said, if you want to resign, it doesn't have to be 1 month, it'll have to be 3 months, because there's so much in your hands right now, you have to give, you know, you have to finish it and give it up, you know. And I thought,
So by that time you were still a teacher?
no, I was working here. I was working at the same place. And yeah, I thought it's a blessing in disguise. Now I have 3 months to make as much money as I want to. And so I worked even more harder. I don't know whether the universe played a huge role, but it was like I already made the decision, and now everything just worked out. And for sure, I kept getting enough jobs, I kept doing this, I kept doing that, and I know that the day I was going to travel, the night before I get the paper from the accounts department, this is how much you owe us. And I was super shocked, but I was amazed, and I was like, yeah, now I can go.
Okay.
Which was really nice. I went to the meditation center, and I thought, yeah, I'm here, whatever, I'm going to volunteer here for at least 3 months, nini, super excited. Volunteering is not an easy thing in India.
Yeah.
So, nilivyofika pale, they registered me, nini, na there was a room, but because as a foreigner, I was given a better room. Locals stay in worse stays.
Okay.
So as a foreigner, I was given a better room. But better room means 20 people sharing a room. You have this thin plastic mattress, no pillows, no bed sheets, nothing. You get up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning. You have to shower with cold water, and you're like near the mountains. It's not super cold there, but it's still like, okay, 4 o'clock showering with the cold water is not me. And it was hard work. It was hard physical labor work. So for a few days I worked, and I felt very bad. I don't like it. You know, my back is hurting. This is happening. And I thought, hey, Masuma, you come from a privileged place, you know. That's why all this is happening. Slowly, you'll get used to. And as I kept pushing, but I hated it. I realized that I was meditating less in that place than I was meditating at home. So I hated it. And I said, if I've come here and I hate my life here, then I need to get out. So my plan was to stay there for 3 months. I ran away from that place in 2 weeks. So yeah, like it's been an exciting journey, because nilivyotoka pale, I had super existential crisis. Najifanya nini? I don't know where I'm going. Nitafanya nini? What next? Nini? But everything just worked out. One thing after another. I met friends. They told me, you should go there. You should go there. You should do this. I landed into a few volunteering jobs there. Nimefika paka Kashmir, where I taught. I trained teachers, teachers training I did for government school teachers, and you know, working with an NGO. And then I worked in Delhi. I worked with street children, and also I did teachers training for all the street educators. And then I worked in Kerala. I worked in a farm where I had to, you know, water plants, and I had to clean cow dung, and I had to clean the farmhouse, and you know, also physical labor. But it was amazing. It didn't make me feel terrible about myself. It didn't make me feel like I'm useless. I also did a few, I went to Rishikesh, I did some yoga. I learned some martial arts in Kerala as well.
You have to teach me. So after all of this, wewe imekufundisha nini kuhusu haya maisha?
That learning never ends. Nilivyokuwa nakaa hapa, I don't know, my life was limited to this, you know, work, home, maybe a little social life. I never thought about things beyond. But when I went traveling, I realized there's so many people beyond this. There's so many cultures beyond this. There's so many things happening around us. There's so many things that we see, but we don't really see. How many times have you thought that the children sitting and begging on the streets also go to school? How many times in this life have you ever thought that these people, you know, working in some area have a whole life behind them and where they come from? How many times have you ever thought where you come from as a person, what has made you? So I think traveling has taught me what I'm made of, you know, where my culture comes from. Like, you know, when I went to India, I thought, yeah, I'll be at home here, you know, I'm Indian, whatever. For sure I'm not. Hello, I'm Tanzanian in all my ways. You know, it felt like that because I felt like a foreigner there. I did not connect there. I felt like, okay, I don't know this. How do you do this? Why are the people like this? What are they saying? You know, kind of thing. And I felt, I miss Jitambueforums. That's the one thing I missed so much. So for sure, like, I am made of a mixed culture. I'm made of these Indians that came from a century ago, that moved here, on what circumstances they came, how they came, what. I learned so much about my own people. I learned so much about my own country. When I was in India and people would ask me, you know, people would ask me so many questions, like, what's the population of your country? Like, I don't know. I never thought that, you know. So I learned about Tanzania much more when I was traveling than I did in living here. And I realized I don't know so much. And when I came here, now I want to learn. I just want to keep learning more. And whatever I have learned, I want to share. So that maybe from my life, somebody else can learn. And somebody else can, I don't know, find a way to figure out their life and find their life. And understand that mental health illnesses are there. For sure they're there. But they're not the end of life. And you can get out of it. Or at least you can learn to cope with it. And you can learn to grow into a better person from that.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell me something. For example, let's say una mdogo wako wa kike, si ndio?
Okay, you're
showing you. I'm creating my question. Una mdogo wako wa kike kwa sasa, anataka kuingia kwenye ndoa, sawa? Utamshauri nini? Na una mdogo wako mwingine tayari yuko kwenye ndoa, lakini pengine anapitia matatizo kama yale unayopitia. Utawashauri nini hao watu wawili?
Okay, the one thing that I always tell everybody, na nitawashauri wao pia, is figure out yourself. Are you sure you want to do this? I am not a person who will say don't. Wewe una rights zote za kuchagua nini unataka kwenye maisha. That's your decisions, and you have to be what do you say? You have to be responsible for your decisions. So if you choose to get into the marriage, think about it, and if you're ready for it, go ahead. It's your decision. It's not the end of life. A marriage can go right, a marriage can go wrong. It's not the end of life, but it's a big commitment. So before you make a big commitment, you need to understand. But hey, it's not the end of the world. And for sure, I think that even if somebody is in a bad marriage and wants to come out, go ahead, please. But also, don't just come out. Figure out yourself first. You know, sometimes inakuwa kwamba people think that the marriage is the reason why I'm feeling very depressed. There's not, like, yes, you do, there's an environment that makes a lot of difference, but the most important thing really is that yourself. Do you know yourself? Are you aware of yourself? Do you take out time for yourself? Have you forgotten yourself? Because, you know, in the marriage, women, the responsibilities increase, you know, especially traditional nyumbani, you know. Wanawake anakaa nyumbani, they have watoto, pika, I don't know, in-laws, nini, na wanajisahau. You will see some of them gain so much weight. You will see some of them not care about their body, not care about their, I don't know, what they like, what they dislike, whether they want to work, whether they don't want to work, hobbies, nini. They don't care about anything. But it's very important to care about yourself. It's not important kwamba if you're in a bad marriage, you come out. First you take care of yourself. You realize yourself. You set boundaries for yourself. And then if you think that even after the changes, you think that those boundaries are not being met, sure, get out. Because if it's a toxic environment, then there's no point in staying because you're making a mess more. But it's very important first to get help, to understand yourself, to figure out yourself before you make big decisions in life, you know. Take time off, go away, take time, you know, like separate yourself from the situation. Think about it. I don't know, go on a crazy trip like I did. And then you come out new, you'll understand yourself.
Okay. Do you sometimes regret for the decisions you made, like going out of a marriage, or you're just happy?
Never. I think that we are all made of the choices we make. And today, the person that I am is because of the choices I have made. And I love myself. If things would have been differently, I would have turned out differently. Sure, I miss my children a lot. It hurts me, but I live with the pain, and I think that maybe one day they will realize that how strong their mother was, and maybe they will become strong women.
So what are you doing right now? Like, you save for your, what are you doing that connect you with your children? Maybe some days when they get back home, just to appreciate that we had this very super woman mother for us.
This is what I'm doing. I'm speaking out. I am speaking out in front of people, in front of everybody. I am trying to write a little bit so that they see me everywhere. And one day they will learn from that, hey, you know, she was there, she had spoken about us.
So what do you love about life?
What do I love about life? Everything. I love life.
Especially this life you have with life.
I don't know. I love the fact that we have opportunities to learn, and when we look for those opportunities, they all come to us. When I decided that I want to speak out about it, things just fell into place, and today you are here. So I didn't have to make an effort, and that's the beauty of life. You make some decisions, you make some intentions to do something, and the universe just works it out.
Ungependa nini hasa jamii jifunze, au ungependa jamii yetu ya Kitanzania iweje?
So kwanza, like most important is to toa hiyo stigma ya mental health. Kama unavyoongea, there's so many other people who are starting to speak up. That's amazing kwamba mental health awareness now imekuja kitu, you know, ipo, like there's awareness being while we talk about mental health awareness, watu wengi hawajui bado kwamba zinaweza kuwa aina zipi. Sometimes watu wanakuwa wanacheka lakini moyoni wanalia. Sometimes watu wanakuwa, I don't know, friends utaona watasema staki kwenda nje, you know, today this, today that, mtu hanyanyui simu this, and you'll say ameshakuwa na hela sana, or this or that, you know. We don't realize that behind it there's so much. So we need to understand that everybody has a story. And if we try to understand people, na story zao, maybe somewhere we'll connect. So I think to everybody, nitawaambia kwamba slow down and understand people. Tupo kwenye rat race. You know, we need to study, we need to get a job, we need to, I don't know, make money, we need to get a house, we need to get married, we need to get children, we need to get them to school, we need to do this, we need to get them to college. Ni race. We don't understand that life is running away. This is beautiful. Right now, this life is beautiful. Look around us, you know. We need to appreciate that. Stop and understand. There are people that we need to understand that makes us humans, you know. And if we stop and understand and take time to appreciate what we have, maybe we'll understand others better too.
So now that we are going at the end of our program, I just want to hear your best, nisemeje, maneno yako ya busara machache kwa ajili ya vijana ambao wanajaribu kubadilisha maisha yao kwa sasa.
Make mistakes. You know, we learn best from mistakes. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. But never sit with those mistakes. Learn and grow from it. Whenever you're feeling low and down, try everything that you can to make yourself feel better. You know, one thing might work. Sometimes, you know, you feel like everything is going wrong. This is not working, that is not working, that is not working. But if you keep trying, one thing will work. So yeah, go ahead, make mistakes, live life, enjoy, adventure. Don't be afraid. Fear is like our biggest hindrance. And I'm not saying people are not, you know, I was very scared of sitting here right now. There's a lot of fear. But the point is not that we don't have fear. The point is that we should conquer that fear. We should go out there and see how much fear we can take. And sometimes it's just, you know, a projection of the future in our mind. We think, oh my God, if we do this, this will happen. But there's nothing like we need to live it to be able to understand that maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. I mean, you know, we have fear of, a lot of people have fear of snakes. I had a snake in my house once. And I was like, let's take a picture of it first. So I can prove to everybody that there was a snake in my house.
You are trying to go over this.
For sure. So, you know, like, make mistakes, go adventure, and learn things. Don't be afraid to learn.
Do you have anything like you still want to tell the youth, maybe the society of Tanzania?
Look at that camera and tell them.
Okay, to all the youth of Tanzania, I will say that life is too short if you try chasing a lot of things and try chasing the future. And life is very long for us to experience everything. So take a day at a time. You have time to do enough in life. Don't lose out on your today.
Asante sana mtazamaji wa Jitambue Forum. Kama ambavyo umeweza kushuhudia leo, tumejifunza sana kutoka kwa dada yetu Masuma. Masuma, thank you so much for this opportunity, and we feel so blessed to have you today, and I hope tutaendelea kuwa nawe kadri ambavyo inawezekana. Next time ukijisikia kuna kitu unataka kudeliver kwa jamii, just give us a call, we come na tutadeliver kwa jamii, au sio? Asante sana mtazamaji wa Jitambue Forum. Nyuma ya kamera yuko Nixon Mwagama. Ukiingia Instagram unaweza kumfollow pale, lakini pia tuko na dada Eliza na tuko na kaka yetu Luka. Mimi naitwa Pius Joseph. Mara nyingi tumekuwa tukikuletea hizi program ambazo zinalenga kukuelimisha wewe Mtanzania. Kitu cha muhimu cha kufanya ni kwamba ingia kwenye YouTube channel yetu ya Jitambueforums, alafu subscribe, na kama unapenda program zetu basi usite kushare, kwa sababu ukishare ama kucomment pale ama kulike unakuwa na wewe umeungana na sisi katika kuleta mabadiliko. Lengo hasa ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunatengeneza Tanzania chanya yenye vijana chanya, yenye watu chanya ambao tunapenda kujifunza vitu mbalimbali. Umesikia kutoka kwa Masuma leo, ameshare life story yake, lakini pia anaweza kutuhimiza kitu cha msingi sana, especially kwa vijana, kwamba tusiogope kujaribu vitu vingi, kwa sababu kupitia kujaribu ndiko tunafika mahali tunatafuta ambacho kinatufaa. Lakini cha msingi pia, wakati tunajaribu vitu vingi, tusijisahau sisi wenyewe. Pamoja na kwamba tunajitafuta, tusisahau sisi wenyewe kwamba sisi ni binadamu na ni vijana, tunahitaji kuleta mabadiliko katika dunia. Let's tujaribu kuchagua kile kinachotufaa. Let's try to find ourselves. Let's just choose to do something positive for ourselves. Let's try to do something for the world. Let's try to do something for other persons. Hii dunia ina vitu vingi sana. Like how you see hapa, unasikia ndege za milio ya wanyama, ya ndege, unaona hii miti, kila kitu kina sababu ya kuwepo duniani. Kila kitu unachokiona mbele ya macho yako kina sababu ya kuwepo. Try to find hiyo sababu ni ipi, alafu connect hiyo sababu ya kitu kingine kuwepo kwenye maisha yako. Ina connection gani? Hicho unachokiona kina connection gani na maisha yako? Alafu uweze kujua purpose yako ni ipi, au sio? Mpaka wakati mwingine, mimi naitwa Pius. Asante sana, kwaheri. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Lovely.
Mtazamaji wa Jitambueforum, karibu tena. Leo tuko, kama unavyoona, ni mazingira mapya kabisa. Tumekuja kumtembelea dada yetu, rafiki yetu Masuma, ambao unamuona hapa. Kama unakumbuka, kama wewe unafuatilia program zetu, wiki kadhaa zilizopita, mwezi wa 10 nadhani, si tulikuwa na event ya mambo ya mental health awareness ambayo ilifanyika pale Legends Park Mikocheni, na moja ya watu ambao walikuwepo kama shuhuda kutupa stories za namna ambavyo ame-experience aina hii ya magonjwa ni dada yetu hapa Masuma, na yeye alishare story yake. Lakini baadaye tukaona ni jambo jema sana, kwa sababu ya muda pale siku ile haukutosha, at least tupate naye muda wa kutosha ambao wewe mtazamaji ambaye haukuweza kufika pale, basi unaweza ukapata nafasi ya kujifunza kutoka kwake. Huyu ni mdada ambaye amepitia mambo mengi sana, amepitia mambo mengi sana, na moja ya vitu ambavyo alikuwa anashare na mimi ambavyo amepitia ni kwamba kuna wakati aligive up kwenye maisha, akaamua kuacha kila kitu chake, aondoke tu aenda akasafiri. Yaani asafiri ajui anaenda wapi, lakini aliamua hivyo kwa yeye kwa wakati huo, akawa anafikiri kwamba ingempa auweni ama hafuweni wanasema Waswahili. So leo tuko kujifunza kwake, na nikukaribishe kabisa kwamba karibu kwetu, uendelee kujifunza kwetu. Mara nyingi tunakuletea watu kama hao ili tuweze kujifunza zaidi, kwa sababu yeye amepitia haya magonjwa, amepitia haya mambo ya mental health, matatizo ya afya ya akili. Lakini pia kutoka kwake, baada ya kuwa amechukua maamuzi ya kusafiri, kuna vitu vingi sana ambavyo amejifunza, ambavyo leo atashare na sisi ili tuweze kujifunza na sisi, ili tujue pale tulipo kwamba tunaweza kufanya nini kwenye maisha ambacho kinatusaidia, au sio? Nikukaribishe. Lakini pia kabla ya yote nikuombe kitu kimoja, ingia hapa kwenye channel yetu ya YouTube usubscribe, kwa sababu Jitambueforums mara nyingi nakuwa nakuletea vitu vizuri. Karibu sana Masuma.
Asante sana.
Yawezekana mimi nimekutambulisha kwa ufupi sana, lakini mtazamaji wetu angependa kukujua kabisa kwa uzuri zaidi. So nikupe nafasi uweze kuona na sisi experience ya haya matatizo wakati unapita, ilikuwa kuaje, ilianzaanzaje, na what happened mpaka ukafika kula ambako ulipata haya matatizo.
Okay, nitaanza kuintroduce myself. I am a mother. I have two little girls, and I got married when I was very young. I was married for 10 years, and after that marriage ilikuwa haiendi vizuri, and tumepata like divorce after 10 years, and which was very, very difficult. So I think that while ile kukaa kwenye ile ndoa ilikuwa difficult, but the more difficult part happened after, because you know, sometimes you think, you know, like you're suffering, let's get out of this, because umekaa kwenye comfort zone yako, unaona kila kitu kipo kibaya, lakini ipo comfort zone, you know, you get used to it. But then you realize that like you're scared to take that step, kwa sababu unaona everything around you is new. You don't know kwamba ukitoka kwenye ndoa utawezaje, and I was completely dependent on my husband. So how am I going to support myself? Nitakaa wapi? Watoto wataenda wapi? What am I going to do with my life? I don't know anything, you know. I don't have a job. I don't have you know, like I don't have a house. I don't have like rich parents who's going to support. What am I going to do with myself? So it was very, very scary. Lakini one day I thought, no, I need to get very, you know, I need to take this step and I need to do it. And I was very proud of myself, you know, happy, nimefanya hiyo, you know. But it wasn't easy. Taking the decision for yourself is not easy. Changing your life is surely not easy. That does not mean that you don't do it, because this is what I call growth pains. When you go through stuff, you will, whenever you're growing, whenever you're learning something, you must go through those growth pains. So I think that the 3 years after the separation and the divorce was the most difficult period I've ever had. I've gone through like really bad depression, to the fact that I have thought about suicide as well. There were times that I have been through anxiety attacks, and if I remember the seriousness of how much the depression, I think the very serious depression that I've been through have been thrice, so a very serious phase. But nilikuwa sijui kama ni depression. Now naweza kujua kwamba I had depression at that time, and now I know what I'm going through. Whenever I'm going through a phase, I know this is not good, this is leading me to a spiral downwards. So now I can pick it up, you know. Lakini kwanza I didn't know what is depression, what is anxiety attack. Nilikuwa sijui hiyo. I just know that I am not feeling like doing anything. I would sleep all day. I would not feel like eating. I would not feel like talking to anybody. I would not feel like crying. I would not feel like laughing. It was just a state of numbness. The state of numbness was so, I don't know how to say it, but it was so intense that sometimes, to make myself feel something, I used to drop candle wax on my body so that I can feel something. Even if it's pain, I can feel something. So it went to that extent, and I was, I think ilienda vibaya sana, but I didn't know what to do with it. Then there was a time that I went through really, really bad panic attacks that nothing used to make me happy. So everything used to make me so nervous that I didn't know what to do. I used to come to work and I was shut down. I don't know what I'm doing. And I started getting these heart palpitations, and then it got worse and worse, to the fact that my whole body would shut down, my blood pressure would fall, and I would fall down wherever I am. So I in fact, in the same office, I've had a few incidences, and there was a time that I fell off and they took me to the hospital here. The first thing that they told me, woman, huna maradhi chochote.
Kwa sababu dalili zake mara nyingi.
Exactly. Pressure ilinishuka, yes, but hamna kitu chochote ilikuwa inaendelea.
So it's like ni ngumu sana kujua mtu specific kama ana matatizo ya afya ya akili, kwa sababu ni dalili zake si haziko wazi kiasi hicho. Swali langu la msingi, umesema uliolewa ukiwa na umri mdogo sana. Sijui ni umri gani, ningependa ushare nasi uliolewa ukiwa na umri gani. Lakini pia utuambie, wakati unaingia kwenye ndoa, ulikuwa unaingia ukiwa willing ama kuna vitu nyuma vilikupush wewe kuingia kwenye ndoa?
Okay, so nitakwambia mimi Mtanzania lakini nakuja kwenye culture ya Wahindi. So Muslims mostly, and we get married very early. So it's a cultural thing. Sio kama na force au nini, it's a cultural thing. Not 14, thank God. That's child marriage. Illegal. But I was 19. 19, I personally think is still a child. Hatujakuwa, hatuja understand vitu. There is a lot to learn and understand about ourselves. 18 is just a point where you finish your school and you're just like, okay, what do I do with my life now, you know? It's a very confusing, you're not even reached your youth age now. So for sure, I think that I was very, very young. I was a kid at that time.
And did you get into marriage willingly, or?
It was an arranged marriage.
Okay.
It's a very common thing kwenye culture yetu kwamba you know, there is a family, and the other family they say, oh, she's very nice, let's approach her nini, you know, and a photo is sent through, and that's how the marriages happen. I've met my ex-husband one time before we got engaged.
Na kwa jamii yenu unahisi kuna watu wengi wanapitia situation kama yako kwa sababu wanaingia kwenye ndoa za design ambazo pengine unakuta mtu yeye mwanamke hajawa willing, lakini kwa sababu familia imepanga you have to go?
Yes, unfortunately ni situations nyingi sana. I thought mimi niliingia kwenye ndoa imekuwa miaka 15 sasa. But right now, up till today, people get married at this age, which I think is very sad still. Community ipo hivi. We still haven't made a lot of change. So for sure, the culture is still there, the pressure is still there from community, from parents, and also it's not even sometimes kwamba hawaingii willingly. Unajua kama community na culture unaona ni hivi, then yes, exactly. So watoto wanaona kwamba ndio 18 watu wameshaanza kuja you know, letter whatever. Yeah, so they think that it's the norm, ndo time imekuwa. Like, I think that as we grow, as we see the world, as we bring these issues in focus, ni important sana kwamba hizi vitu pia ije out, you know, because this is very serious. As a child, when you get into a marriage and you're dependent on somebody else, you don't know yourself, bado. You are growing. Bado, you've not seen the world, you've not seen how you are, you've not seen what your likes are, your dislikes are. Most of the time, children get into university and don't even know what they're doing. So it's this age, you know, that this age where you're finding yourself and you're finding what to do, and then suddenly you see yourself in a marriage and children and in-laws and this and that and what, and you don't know, and you get lost in that. And then after a few years, you realize, where am I? Who am I? Where am I lost? And this is very common now.
Yeah. This is very common, sure. So kuna situation ambayo unaikumbuka wakati unasafa, labda kwenye ulipokuwa unapata matatizo kwenye ndoa mpaka ikafikia ukawa unapata haya matatizo ya afya ya akili, familia yako yenyewe ilikuwa inachukulia vipi? Were they supportive ama it was like hamna mtu alikuwa anakea?
So sijui ni stigma nyingi sana kwenye hii afya ya akili, if you go to say. Nadhani nobody understood kwamba whatever I'm going through ni panic attacks. So nakumbuka very precise moments. Nilikuwa naenda msikitini, and watoto wangu walikuwa like after my separation, watoto wangu walikuwa they're not with me. So I would go to mosque, and I would see people coming in, and my eyes would always be right at the door.
Yeah, like concentrating on the door.
Like thinking that maybe they'll pass by just now, maybe they'll pass by just now, maybe they'll pass by. And I would not listen to one sermon, I would not pray anything, I would just be looking at the door. I would just be thinking, they will pass just now, they will pass just now. One glimpse I will get of them. I've not seen them for months now. I really, really want to see them. And the whole time I would just be frantically looking everywhere. What if I've missed them? What if they've gone up? What if they're there? What if they're there? and the minute it would end, I would go through the whole mosque and go and find them. And I realized every single time I was doing that. And sometimes when I did find them and they would not look back at me, it felt even worse. So there are times that I've gone to speak to them and they just turn their face around and not speak to me. There are times that I've gone to speak to them and they say, we don't want to talk to you. There are times that I have not seen them at all. There are times that I have seen them from very far. And I would think, should I go to talk to them or should I not? Because I don't know whether this will make me feel better or worse. And when I would say that I can't go to mosque anymore, I am feeling very, very uneasy, nobody would understand that at that point of time. And I didn't know myself why I'm feeling that. Sorry, very emotional for me.
It's very okay. It's very fine.
So, yes, there are times that these things have been very much out there. I have gone through it, but unfortunately the awareness is so little that nobody understands that this is a mental health issue. This is an anxiety attack that I am going through and I need support out here. So when I didn't understand, I don't know, like my family is very far away from understanding it. So.
Okay, so do you get time to see them currently?
No.
So still hujaweza kuwaona watoto wao?
Sijawaona, imekuwa more than 3.5 years.
Mtazamaji wa Jitambue, kama muelewa anachokisema hapa ni kwamba Masuma baada ya kuwa amepitia wakati mgumu kwenye ndoa yake, alafu akawa ameamua kuondoka. Alipoondoka aliwaacha watoto wake, lakini kama mnavyojua, kama mzazi, kama mama, kuna hili hali inakuja moyoni mwako ya kutaka kuwaona watoto wako. So kwa sababu hakuwa na access ya kuwaona, akawa anaamua at least kwenda kushinda msikitini kila siku za Ijumaa sometimes, ili kujua kuangalia, na kama hali anaangalia mlangoni ili at least apate kuwaona watoto wake tu. Yaani hawaone tu, na kama ikitokea wakati mwingine alikuwa anaenda hawaoni, lakini ikitokea anawaona, basi kuna wakati hata alikuwa akienda kuwasalimia watoto wake hawezi hawamshangilii kama mama. Yaani hamna ile closeness iliyopo, na sijui hii ni kwa sababu gani. What do you think was the reason mpaka watoto wako pengine wakikuona they don't feel like you are their mom?
So you see, when you go through a divorce, it's very important for both the parents to have an understanding that we have children and we need to work this out. When there is a push and pull, what happens is that one parent starts talking bad about the other parent to the children. A little background about me and my children: I'm a teacher. I was a teacher. So me and my children were very, very close. Whoever knows me from my past, they know that I was very, very close to my children. In fact, we would spend most of the day together except for those hours that they were in school. So this was very, very hard for me and also hard for them. But because they were fed in a certain way, and they were told that she left you because she doesn't love you, or she left you because if you tell her to come back, like tell her that I won't speak to you until you come back. Tell her that she is being, I don't know, led astray by shaitan, all these things. So watoto wadogo sana, ukiwaambia kitu chochote, they'll take it, Also, it may be out of respect, it may be out of fear, it may be out of whatever. Lakini walikuwa wanajua kwamba sisi kama tutaongea naye baba hatapenda. So na alafu pia imeingia that she doesn't love me.
Yeah.
That's why she left me.
Yeah.
Hawezi ku understand reasons behind. Now it's very important kwamba parents wote wa understand kwamba hao watoto ni wadogo. So you have you should have a sort of communication open that, hey, you know, yes, we are suffering, but you don't let the kids suffer in the whole process. But unfortunately, this has happened. And
how long did you took to go back to see your kids wanao baada ya kuwa umeamua kutoka nyumbani?
Oh, so nilivyotoka nyumbani, I think we kept meeting. Tulikubaliana kwamba every weekend watoto watakuja kwangu. Wiki 2, wiki 3 wamefika. Alafu imeanza like leo hawezi kuja, rudi tena ndo utaonana nao, or hatutaki kuja.
Sababu sasa mbalimbali ambazo kuzielewa, like there were many reasons, maybe they used to call you excuses or whatever you call it, I don't know, but
yeah, as time passed, the differences in timing increased, and I could see them less and less and less and less, and then it just stopped.
Okay, so
hii hali ya matatizo ya afya ya akili ilikuja baada ya kuwa matatizo ya afya ilikuja baada hii depression na nini, hii ilikuja baada ya kuwa haya matatizo yote kwenye ndoa yako yametokea, you don't see your kids and everything. Ni nini unakumbuka hasa kwenye hiyo hali, how this affected you, kiasi gani hii ilikudhuru?
So the most thing that used to happen, najua, every time that kitu mtu anaongea about the children, au nikienda msikitini, au mtu I don't know, au nikiona picha zao au whatever, the day trigger nimepata ya watoto, najua kwa ajili 2-3 days nipo down. I am crying, I am